In Hannah Montana, the movie, our favorite undercover teen pop star reminds us that while the glitz and glamour of Hollywood are nice, you can always find your way back home to the middle of nowhere to reconnect with your family in their busted wood chip mouths, work on flirty construction projects with charming cowboys, and teach the entire community how to combine country line dancing with the most hokey-pokey looking hip-hop moves you've ever seen in your life. A 16-year-old really had the mayor up in the town square doing the heel-toe jamboree. Your favorite pop girl could never. Let's follow my icon Miley Stewart as she finds a new romance, evades a tabloid journalist, and manages to get abruptly injured every step of the way. I never realized how much of Disney's 2011 humor just involved giving young girls concussive injuries to the head and body, but that's the price of pop stardom. So let's get to the best of both worlds in today's Hannah Montana flavored installment of Clip Breakdown. Hello television viewers, my name is Nick. Thank you so much for joining me once again on my channel for another installment of Clip Breakdown. This is the playlist where we dive into those movies, TV movies, and other online content that we love so much, and we press pause every time my brain says, wait, what the hell? So that we can look at each individual clip and decide what might have been done differently. And in today's one, we got a highly requested movie once again with Hannah Montana the movie. This is one that's really close to my heart. I'm obsessed with Hannah Montana. I watched this show well past the time that it was age appropriate for me. Like into college, I was like, Hannah, your hijinks just give me life. Hi, Planty. Before we get into it, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up if you want to see even more decom clip breakdowns just like this. But most importantly, if you're new to my channel, I would love to have you click that subscribe button right down here. That way you never miss new videos from me. I upload 2 new ones every week, so turn on notifications and you'll always be the first to know. Merch, Patreon for exclusive benefits. Stay tuned at the end, we're gonna name this mint plan. Right off the bat with the Hannah Montana movie, I'm excited because we're seeing Hannah Montana at a scale we've never got before. Where we start with this like big stadium with all these little girls rushing to see their favorite pop star. Of course, the real Hannah Montana is Miley Stewart, and she's just as desperate to get in there.
It's Miley Stewart, we've got to get in there.
Yeah, our names are on the list.
In your dreams, sweet cheeks.
Next. We're the only pop star I know who can't get into her own concert.
Oh, you know other pop stars? Why don't you go be best friends with one of them, Lily, if that's the case. When you're on Team Hannah Montana, you're on Team Chaos, and you need to get right with that before I toss you off this gravy train. Okay, sister? It does not surprise me that Miley Stewart is not on time for her concert, and that she chose to go through the front entrance, through the ticket-taking booth. It leads to this really fun chase where they're like on one of those backstage carts, and they're being chased by a security guard, and then they get where they need to go. I'm just here for the cinematic widescreen of it all, and the fact that we are about to see Hannah perform in front of a huge audience. Finally, Hannah's where she needs to be, and she's rushing on stage. They set up this recurring theme in the movie, dies in flames.
You know you do that every night.
And exactly how many head injuries was it before she started talking like this? I'm just kidding. I love Miley's distinctive voice, but I also love to imitate it. I'm Miley Cyrus, y'all. Especially back then, because she had those lingual braces. They're braces that are on the inside of her teeth, so it really affected her speech. And I was obsessed with child actors at the time. Still am, but in like a negative way. I had braces and I wanted those inside the mouth ones, but they're expensive. Anyway, we get the concert of my dreams. I need to watch the Hannah Montana concert movie because I feel like I forgot how much I love this music. This big budget sold out concert sequence makes green screen Hannah Montana from the original theme song look like a single mom at a biker bar with nowhere else to go. They stepped it up, the look is right, the kids are screaming, the gays are gagging. Right off the bat, we jump out of that sequence into this little beachy transition.
Yeah! You go to movie premiere. Living 2 lives is a little weird.
The cast of Teen Beach Movie is just chained up behind a palm tree somewhere waiting for their turn in 2013, being fed Mickey Mouse ice cream bars to keep them alive. The hottest styles, every shoe, every color. I love that song. Who would have thought that a girl like me? It always makes me want to lose it when she goes, could double as a superstar. And I just scream forever. That's how I'll die. I'll just scream forever. And you'll have to watch it happen live on camera. The amount of bumps to the noggin, we just can't get enough.
You rock out the show, you get the best of the world.
With all this childhood head trauma, we'll be lucky if Hannah doesn't commit a violent crime later in life. Bobby Ray already has OJ's legal team on retainer, the surviving members. Once she's back in her dressing room after shooting this beach scene, we meet this kind of primary antagonist for the movie.
No, it's okay. I'm sorry. I just had to meet you. I promised my girls I'd say hi to you for them.
Hannah, look out. That's the guy who shot John Lennon. Don't be fooled by this nerdy dad disguise. He's really not that.
Hello, Oswald. Oswald Granger, Chief Sleaze of Bon Chic magazine, Britain's most notorious career-ending expose.
Stop smiling at me like you did something cute. You look like Gargamel on a golf course. Oswald is trying to get the scoop on Hannah Montana for his magazine, which is being run by this nasty British woman from across the pond.
Apparently, there's a secret.
Find out that secret. She's the most popular teenager in the world.
Oh yeah? Well, can she do this? That was pitch perfect. I got a ticket for the long way round. 2 bottles of whiskey for the way. How come Disney was like, for the Hannah Montana movie, we don't want to kill her, but let's mess her up a little bit. Like, we're 8 minutes in and she's been hit in the face 3 times. That seems excessive, even for a G-rated movie where it's like a comedy donkey donk. They put that cartoon sound effect to make it funny, but like, ow, her face.
Beyonce has double ammonia and has to drop out of the New York Music Awards. You are in. The car and the box are already outside, so Hannah has to do a major shop right now.
I forgot how stressful watching Hannah Montana is. Sometimes I feel like I'm the only one who cares about keeping her identity secret. Your voice is shattering the sound barrier of this hallway, Vanessa. By the way, obviously that's Vanessa Williams playing her publicist, Davida. Some star power for your nerve.
Miley, hello, what about my birthday party? Minor Hannah emergency. I'll be there, I promise.
Oh, please, Lily, you had to have known attendance would be sparse for a weekday birthday party. I can't go either. You expect me to cancel my daily 3 p.m. anal bleaching? Not with summer right around the corner. Hannah decides to go shopping on what seems to be the busiest day of her whole year because she has to go to this birthday party, and I guess Jackson's going to college.
I'm going to college! Tennessee University!
Oh no, someone help that 34-year-old teenager. He's in a really delicate phase of his Benjamin Button disorder. Jason Earle's famously much older than his character in this. He was 34, but at the beginning of Hannah Montana, there was discrepancy about his age, as certain things he put out said he was like 10 years younger than that. Hollywood. But Jason Earles is actually now an acting coach. He mentored the cast of High School Musical, the musical, in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I saw these first. Can you wrap these up for me, please?
They're for my best friend. She's turning 16 today.
Tyra's like, I don't care if your friend just survived 16 years of torture. She can still put her grizzled, bloodied foot stumps into something from the bargain bin. America's Next Top Model was on at the time, so Tyra was a much more relevant inclusion. I mean, she's still a celebrity, but like, it's different now. I love any fight scene where you get a good long look at a stunt double because those wigs are always conspicuously dangling in front of the face. They're like, This whole fight scene, it goes on a little too long for me, but the whole time she's missing calls from her dad, she's missing calls from Lily, who's at the birthday party. It's troublesome. And then when they leave, without even getting the shoes, that reporter is following her.
It's him. I cannot get out of the car looking like Miley, and I cannot show up at Lily's party looking like Hannah.
Well, we always knew it would end like this, and then they just swerve off a cliff. When Hannah Montana was born, we said she dies in flames. Blood in, blood out. That's Hannah's motto. The reporter following so far behind, she can't get out of the car as someone else, so she just drives off to Lily's birthday party, which takes place at the Santa Monica Pier. It seems like Lily rented out the whole pier for her birthday party. No way she did that, like, minutes after gym class. Like, you would want that to be a full day thing. But anyway, all our friends are there.
What's this hole at the top of the cake?
I just hit this button, bam! The Happy Birthday Lily banner shoots up the top of the cake. Rico is a genius.
Why did the Disney have all of their male stars in this shaggy haircut? This literally looks like a scene between two basset hounds. Also, I'm happy to announce that those were the only speaking lines for either of those two characters. Mitchell Musso's style inspo was always a skater punk who compromised with his mom for Nana's funeral. Lily's just getting her flirt on when Hannah ruins everything.
Is that Hannah Montana?
We're really going big on the slapstick injuries here, aren't we? The writers were like, so what happens at the sleepover? Hannah jumps in front of a train.
Sorry, I had no choice. I'll make it up to you, I promise. You will never, ever, ever make it up to me.
And it's true. That's something we never ever see in this movie. So moving on. Lily's understandably upset, so something slips out when the reporter comes up to her.
Is it true that Hannah's really 43 years old, that she lip syncs, that she grew up in Nashville?
More like a cornfield in some place called Crowley Corners.
You heard it here first, folks. Hannah Montana grew up in a cornfield. Her government name is Sophia Tortilla. I would be a good tabloid journalist because I just like add that's made up. In order to try to get Lily to come back, they're like, look, we have a cake with the special banner. But that obviously doesn't go as planned. Now see, this is what childbirth looks like if y'all get pregnant before marriage. After that embarrassing fiasco, Miley can't get in touch with Lily. She won't pick up the phone. And Vita's like, so we're going to New York, right? And the dad is like, fine, go to New York. Even though you forgot it's your grandmother's birthday in Tennessee. I kind of, at this moment, felt like there needed to be a little something more visual to add on to Hannah missing the brother flying away, ruining the birthday party. And then if she could have like forgotten to call her grandmother on the birthday, or the grandmother calls and is like, you're gonna come down for my birthday party, right? And she's like, ooh, I'm going to the award show. Then it would kind of solidify it for me that she's like missed 3 big things and the grandmother is the most important. Instead, they just kind of mention that third one in conversation. So if you're gonna make it the most damning piece of evidence that she's changed, it should be visual. Anyway, I love this movie. I have to make it really clear, because after Lemonade Mouth, people said, I think Nick might be the devil, and I think we might have to gut him. And that's okay. Take my entrails, wear them like necklaces. I don't care. I spoke my truth. We rock, we rock, we rock. We're gonna make some noise. So as Hannah gets off the plane though, she's got something else coming for her.
Hello, New York!
Looks like your limo's here.
Ain't she a beaut?
Hey, how come every time we see Jackson, he's hanging out of a car window so far? I sense some freaky puppet theater trickery going on and I don't trust it. Whose arm is up your ass? Hannah is basically like, I'm going back to New York, whether you like it or not.
2 weeks.
Think of it as a Hannah detox.
Ooh, do they give you Valium for that? Because I got some wigs you can burn. I guess Hannah's plan is to hitchhike back to New York from Tennessee in disguise.
I'm going to New York whether you like it or not, and I'm not. Vote!
LOL, scalp her, horsey. Her sleeves are longer than her jacket. She deserved that.
Give that back, you mangy little...
Hey, look at that. Girl don't even recognize her own horse.
Blue jeans?
That's right, it's your girl Blue. They tried to turn me into glue. Now I'm out here jumping hedges and I'm snatching Hannah's edges. Blue Jeans doesn't get enough screen time in this movie. He's always like, chilling. He's very calm. And I love it when he throws Hannah to the ground. Blue Jeans just said, no bareback, bitch. Don't make me stomp you. When Blue Jeans runs off, a mysterious young cowboy fetches him for her. And then they get reintroduced.
Hi. Blue Jeans doesn't really take well to strangers.
He's my horse.
Miley? Travis Brody? We were in the first grade together?
Oh, right. I didn't recognize you at first because you smell like horse now. Miley must be really trying to impress this boy because she starts talking up her friendship to Hannah like it's nothing. I think this is supposed to show that she quickly reaches for that in order to get special favors right now because she's a little more of a diva at the beginning of the movie.
I know Hannah Montana. I practically saved her life surfing the other day. She owes me big time. We're like best friends.
We share almost everything. A face, a voice, a body, only she has yellow hair and dresses like JoJo Siwa. I won't get into the whole plot of how it's like people just instantly take her as a different person when she puts the wig on, because obviously within the universe of the show, that's part of it, so I won't criticize that, but I'm saying it's there.
Smiley Miley, remember? That's what I used to call you. Smiley Miley.
I remember.
We used to call you Stanky Travis because of your fungal ear infection. This movie is becoming a Hallmark Christmas movie storyline, don't you think? It's like, a girl is so caught up in her job, returns to the hometown, someone from her childhood reminds her what's what. Like, it's very that. Only without holiday stuff and more, like, Beverly Hillbillies type stuff.
Best friend Jack bag and throw the back, get your hair back, put a swing on ding-a-ling-a-ling. And the diamond ring, boat in a Harley. That old black cat named Charlie sounds a little crazy, a little scattered and absurd.
Aw, Miley, it looks like you just missed out on the whole family huffing paint and keyboard cleaner. Scattle on down the black pack, put his hat back on the rat pack, and a young Charlie grilling down to the Barbie. Everyone's charcoal Charlie. Miley's like, wow, this is actually one of their more sophisticated political discussions. In addition to the Hannah Montana, Miley Cyrus music in the soundtrack, we also get some of this like Rascal Flatts music and the like whole family being junkyard demons. Type of thing.
You remember Cousin Derek?
What's with the rat?
Ferret. Harlow.
And he's trained to burrow inside of me to retrieve lost objects. Grandma says she can't afford to replace no more doorknobs. The grandmother, who I believe is Miley's mom's mom, is trying to set up Bobby Ray with some love interest, like this woman Lorelei, who's in town and single. So Bobby tries to chat her up.
You know, I don't believe we've met. I'm Robbie Ray. Elvis is alive and well.
Listen, Lorelei, if he's that clumsy with some plates, he's going to positively bruise your vagina. I hear that's how his last wife died. I would be such a stir up in this southern community. Back in her childhood room, Miley is looking at a picture of her late mother, who is played by a young Brooke Shields. I wonder if this was just like an actual photo from Miley Cyrus's childhood, or if they staged this. I don't know, but that's Brooke Shields. Grandma comes in and she's like, remember your mom being dead? Every time I look at this wallpaper, I think of her dead, bloody corpse. Why am I like that?
Your mom picked this out when she was about your age.
I like it.
You used to like a lot of things about coming to see me.
Oh wow, so much passive aggression when I'm pretty sure those sold out Hannah Montana concerts are what's paying for this beautiful ranch house? Or do you keep the lights on around here with your homemade jams, grandmother Smuckers? Outside, like, Rascal Flatts was singing that whole scene really loud. I don't know about this.
To you.
This family has teeth like a field of old tombstones. Every time someone over the age of 50 opens their mouth around here, the crops die. The next morning, Miley quickly tries a little scheme to prove that she's back in touch with her roots and should be allowed to go back to New York.
Ain't nothing better than farm fresh eggs for breakfast.
Wow, Pippi Longstocking looks good. Is she scamming the welfare office again? Of course, fetching eggs doesn't go like she wanted, so there's a whole musical sequence there where she, like, you know, sits on eggs. Bobby Ray is still trying to get it in with this lady with her curly hair.
You're the foreman?
That'd be me. That's me right over there. I was looking for a fresh start. I guess Ruby thought that both me and the farm could use some looking after, so.
I can see why. You're about to get those perfectly styled strands sucked into the carburetor right now. Anyone got a hair tie for Ellie Mae over here? Carburetor is the only engine word I know. What part of the engine is most likely to suck someone's hair in and scalp them? Because that's what I think would be funniest to talk about right now. Happening to her. Not once ever is it explained in this movie, and I watched it 3 times now to make sure that Jackson is taking care of animals at some petting zoo with that cousin who has the ferret. We just get that from watching this scene. Like, I mean, we never see him at college. I guess it's summer vacation, but none of it's ever explicitly stated. They could easily pepper that kind of info in, but whatever. I don't know why you kids are laughing. If a gator snags one of you, all we're gonna find are some undigested flip-flops floating down the river. Miley's out shopping with her grandma. I forget what country name they call her. I think it's just Graham.
Old man Crowley died and left the town the meadows, but we don't exactly have enough for the taxes, so I've been helping organize a fundraiser or two.
Well, you might not be organizing them right because that sign says you just hit the $0 mark. Nana, please. It's like, okay, so I spent some of that money on booze, but the moonshine around here is popping, Miley. You would drink it too if you had the shakes. Oh, I love these leaves all around me. Touch them.
Developers circling like vultures. If they have their way, there won't be any open land left.
It's not that they want less open land, they just want more Build-A-Bear workshops and Pizza Hut. All I'm saying is don't blame the mall just because you can't pay the tax bill, Curly. This is where we get a turning point for Miley when she's finally told by her grandmother to shut her stupid mouth.
When we finish, maybe you and I can do a little shopping.
In there, no thanks, I'm good.
Look, Missy, you may be Hannah Montana back home, but here we're Britches and Boots.
Britches and Boots is the name of my alter ego who sneaks out in her underwear and eats trash. I love doing the grandmother's voice, can you tell? Obviously, because I haven't stopped. Miley sees that journalist, pesky, sneaking around, showing people Hannah Montana's picture, being like, have you seen this bitch? So Hannah messes with him by switching out the salsa so he eats something really hot, and then while he's jumping around because his mouth is hot, she does this. This man just crashed through a wooden table on his spine, and the whole town is like, what a funny guy. You guys react weirdly to things in Tennessee. Even though they should be trying to avoid this guy, Miley and the grandmother take him to a separate location and help him. I'm like, you should have used that as a distraction to run, because, I mean, the more he finds out about you, Miley Stewart, the closer you are to your whole life coming down around your ear. Coming down around your ears and down the background, crap. That's how the family sounds. Coming round down your ears and off the back rack, off the buck truck, and I put a bale of hay on the man hay. I don't know what those arm movements were. That's the hoedown throwdown that we'll get to a little later. Side to side, pick it up. So anyway, Miley and the grandmother use this as a chance to send him off their trail, and he ends up in a swamp somehow. And because of a three-way call mishap, the daughters of this tabloid guy get involved.
Now, don't worry. I guarantee this Hannah Montana story is... Darlings, I'll call you back.
Daddy, make sure you do.
I don't know where to start. The girl overacting on the left or the girl wearing mascara to bed on the right. I'm getting gay bitchy whiplash here. Gay bitch lash, my new mascara brand, coming soon to stores such as the basement of the mall. Miley's working on her music in the chicken coop.
It's kind of funny. That voice inside your head saying, you're just a dummy.
I think it's real great you're still doing that singing thing. You actually got a nice voice.
Thanks, and you're actually not the dustiest, most broke-ass cowboy. See how condescending compliments work, Travis? Not so fun.
So what'd you think of the song? I wrote it.
It's not bad. It just wasn't about anything. Doesn't tell me anything about who you are or what you feel.
First of all, you heard me sing like 3 words. Second of all, what, do the horses give you songwriting lessons while you clean up their feces? The nerve of this man. Travis reveals that the grandmother said if he fixes up the chicken coop, he can start selling the eggs, and that's the start of his dreams. He's gonna be an egg salesperson. And she's like, wow, big dream.
Life's a climb, but the view is great.
Travis, please don't jump. I'm sorry for what I said about the horse feces. We then have a fun little montage where Travis and Miley get to know each other. They drive cars, they swing on ropes, they swim. It's establishing that their love is blossoming. And she's like, dream, dream, dream. Nothing's ever out of reach. So dream, dream, dream. Now, Miley's only in Tennessee for 2 weeks, and that amount of construction seems like it would take half that. Not that I know how to build anything. I tried to take a shop class once, but they kept locking me out because I would harmonize with the buzzsaw. Next up, Miley and the fam are at a community social thing, and we get a cameo from someone who I also love.
We're gonna slow it down for this next song, if that's all right.
Whatever you want, Taylor. I know to be gentle with you while you're still in the phase where you wear a junior prom gown to every appearance. Not only does Taylor Swift live in Tennessee, and I think she still resided there full-time during 2011, but also Taylor was dating Lucas Till, the actor who plays Travis at the time, so I think that's another reason why she was involved in the movie. She performs the song Crazier. You make me crazier, crazier. Of course, Travis pushes Miley on stage and he's like, sing a song you love to sing. And she's like, oh man, what can I do that won't get me caught as Hannah Montana? And then I guess this is what she comes up with.
If you guys don't mind, I'm gonna add a little hip hop to this hoedown.
And to make that seem okay, Disney will add exactly 2 black people to this scene. Anyway, back to your chicken dance. Charlie XCX is lurking behind a bale of hay somewhere. For those of you who aren't familiar with this iconic number, we're at the hoedown throwdown, y'all. I've never done it, but my sister Jillian was like, wait, but you taught me how to do the hoedown throwdown. And I was like, no, I didn't. She was like, you used to do it all the time. It was like your thing. And I was like, Jillian, shut the hell up. No, I didn't. Stop making this up. And she was like, you used to always do. I was like, I swear to God, I don't know how to do the hoedown throwdown. What?
If you're 5 or 82, this is something you can do. Pop it, lock it, polka dot it, hip hop it. Put a hawk in the sky, side to side, jump to the left, stick it, glide.
And just like that, little girls everywhere knew what they would be trying to figure out at their next birthday party. Also, I don't know any 82-year-olds who can do any of those moves, though I know plenty of other grown adults will try on the app TikTok. I can do this, hawk in the sky, side to side. That's all you're getting out of me today. I will learn to do the full hoedown throwdown when this channel gets to 200,000 subscribers, and you can mark my words. You can put the hawk in the sky about that. Of course, Oswald is hot on her tail. She doesn't exactly nail the clapping, but Miley's younger sister Noah does seem happy to be there. Now, everybody knows, who knows me, that I love a group dance number, especially when it's one where you have like a big, massive group of untrained extras being able to join in, because then we get scale, we get massive amounts of people moving, and that's exactly what they serve me up here on a silver platter, y'all.
Pop it, lock it, polka dot and hip hop it. Put your hawk in the sky, no side to side, zigzag across the floor, full in diagonal.
When I say that I want to experience working on a ranch one day, this is what I mean. If it's anything other than this, I quit. Of course, where there's a good time in this community, trouble is always right behind the corner. That developer who wants to build the mall is here to ruin everyone's good time.
You got a lot of nerve coming in here.
I thought this was a community event.
You wouldn't even know what that word means.
I know that your idea of it is a thing of the past.
I always get so distracted by how bored and disconnected child background actors look. They've been standing on set for hours. They cannot keep the action in their face. Look at these kids.
Your idea of it is a thing of the past.
Of course, this is where Travis opens his mouth and implicates Miley.
Look, the sooner y'all accept the inevitable, the sooner we...
Miley knows Hannah Montana. They're best friends. She could help us out, right?
I guess I could give her a call.
And we're doing all of this to save a meadow, right? Not like anybody's lives or anybody's jobs, just some grass for cows to eat. Now, maybe there's some connection there, like if they build a mall there, a bunch of people are gonna lose their jobs or the cows will die of starvation, but no one's ever told me this, so I'm having a hard time understanding what the stakes are. Just me eating yogurt every day, I guess, is not enough to understand how dairy farms work. Also, what are they growing on this farm? Because there's cows sometimes, horses sometimes, but then the grandmother is selling like jars of fruit and watermelon at the farm fair. Do you grow watermelons? Do you grow fruit? Anyway, in order to get Hannah Montana to the town to save it,
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Hannah Montana spotted sharing a friendly embrace with Gal Pal in Tennessee. Do you guys remember at the beginning of the movie when Lily was like, "You will never ever make it up to me"? Well, we never saw that happen, so I guess it was true.
Lily, I am so sorry. You are the best friend I have ever had. And when I thought that you weren't going to talk to me, that I might lose you forever.
Hey, you couldn't lose me even if you wanted to.
When it's time to wrap up your D storyline, you need instant forgiveness. Just add one friendly hug to quickly appear as though you've resolved an unaddressed character flaw. I wish we could have kept Lily more involved in the story up until this point. Like, if we could have had flashes back to Malibu where Lily is watching the TV or TMZ or even reading this magazine that the tabloid guy works for, and she's getting all this reporting back about, oh, people think Hannah's crazy because she fought with Tyra at the mall, or, oh, people think Hannah's crazy because she showed up at this random girl's birthday party. Show us how Lily is observing that Miley needs her help, and maybe that whole time Miley is still texting her and being like, "Please call me back, I'm so sorry," rather than just have us never remember that she's trying to make up with Lily while Hannah's just off with her new boyfriend basically the whole time. But instead, they both forgive each other. Lily apologizes for telling the reporter, and then of course Lorelai knocks on the door and she's like, "Can I talk to Hannah?"
No, Jack, stop doing this.
This type of authentic petty arguing is something that can only come from real-life sisters or Disney co-stars who are pitted against each other using salary. Of course, Miley and Lily conduct a classic scheme to hide the fact that Hannah is Miley. This is where I really was like loving the movie, because they got back to what's fun about the TV show, this type of physical comedy.
Molly, you up there?
He doesn't know that Hannah's here. Let me go tell him.
Oh, well then I'll take over.
Damn, Lorelai, I didn't know Southern hospitality extended to rubbing a stranger's feet. That's just beyond me. I don't believe it. That's very biblical. Let me wash her feet with my hair. But anyway, Lorelai actually has a favor to ask Miley.
So the mayor wants to throw this big bash.
Dad, please come down. It's an emergency. I need you right now.
Is that a yes? Oh, that's fantastic.
Watching her rub those oiled up feet like they're painted ham hocks makes my palms sweat. Did Quentin Tarantino direct this scene?
Poor thing. Jet lag. She only flies west to east. Some kind of celebrity thing.
If we don't move on from this greasy foot thing, I'm going to get my pilot's license and eject myself from the atmosphere. Lily is getting acquainted to Tennessee life. Good thing they have this huge house with limitless resources for everyone.
Ooh, I want a cowboy.
The gay community after Brokeback Mountain came out. Miley's like, "Oh, Travis hasn't met Hannah yet. Let's go introduce him."
This is Lily. She's my assistant.
Well, can she assist you with getting that natural hair shoved back into your wig? Because your secret's out. As Hannah, she basically tells Travis, "You should go ask Miley out." And so he does, so that's good. He asks her on a date to, like, dinner that night. But Miley doesn't realize that Lily agreed as Hannah to do something else.
What do you mean I can't go?
Hey, you're the one that promised Lorelai that Hannah would be the guest of honor at the Mayor's Big Lobster hoo-ha tonight.
Actually, Lily did. Actually, Hannah did.
It doesn't matter who did it, because we need to stop and address the fact that someone in a Disney movie just said lobster hoo-ha. That's disgusting. But of course, Hannah can't miss this lobster dinner, so she has to ditch Travis. That is both a weird way to comb your hair and a weird way to hold flowers while you're doing it, so good luck with fork handling on that date tonight, Travis. I guess I'll ghost him as though phones don't exist. Like, she could have just told him, I can't tonight, it has to be another night. Anyway, false dilemma. We're at this fancy banquet for lobster and the mayor's hosting it, but the ferret escapes, so keep that in mind. And Miley decides she can't miss this Travis date.
But what I really need is I need to go to the bathroom. I need to go.
I need to go to the bathroom. I really need to go. So this brings us into another classic Hannah Montana sequence where Miley has to run back and forth being Hannah and Miley. I love that this movie has tons of genuinely funny moments that feel just as good as when they're in the TV show, even though we don't have like the laugh track and it's shot on a single camera.
You do know you only have one earring.
Trendy LA thing. I'm having a lobster.
As Miley is running back and forth from the restaurant, there's this little girl back there who sees it all kind of happening and starting to put it together. And things are getting really wacky.
Harlow! Harlow! Ow!
Can we get some helmets for the Stewart family, please? It's hard for me to enjoy the movie when I'm worrying about their brain health like this. That coconut sound, donk, every time. I gotta tell you, they are really feeling themselves with the physical comedy on this one. Yeah, it really goes there, but finally we can get some conclusion here.
Dessert? Anyone? I'm sure you've all heard of Baked Alaska. We give you Tennessee flambe.
Where'd your southern accent go, Mama? You just went from Paula Dean's daughter to lawyer on Law & Order SVU. Here comes that pesky ferret who ruins everything. By Hannah Montana logic, when those extras lose their wigs, they should look like completely different people to everyone in the room. It should be like, ah, who are these mysterious new individuals? Can someone give Miley permission to exit the revolving door? She's gone around like 3 times. Her red blood cells are gonna start separating soon. Of course, Travis is just starting to see the truth here. Third act conflict.
Are you making fun of me? Laughing at me? You know what, Miley, Hannah, whoever you are, we're done.
Yup, I invented Hannah Montana and I've been performing as her for years to make fun of you. God, you straight men give me spinal rickets. It's not all about you. I don't understand what he's mad about. I would be more confused than mad, but you know, we're at that point in the movie, so we just gotta get there. Meanwhile, Bobby Ray is like, listen, Lorelai, I gotta focus on my daughter, so you. That brings us to this father-daughter bonding moment, and we get this song about Butterfly. Butterfly Fly Away. It's very pretty, and they decide to really just strip down the music so that it's just Miley's raw vocals.
Brush my teeth and comb my hair.
Okay, the raw vocals didn't sound too good by Disney standards, so we did a little robot vocal keyboard magic. What? It still legally counts as music if we sell it on iTunes. Miley can't sleep that night, so she goes back out to that chicken coop that she and Travis were working on.
Miley! Yes! What? Miley! Don't you know better than to yell at someone who's asleep on top of a chicken coop?
At this point, Miley, I'm just trying to find things that won't cause you to fall down or get blunt force ahead by some object. Miley is clumsy. I forgot that was like a main thing of her show.
I'm not the agent, I'm not the manager, I'm the grandma. I'm the real deal.
She's okay.
I'm sorry, this is not Disney World. Even Grandma gets a full cavity search. Why should I trust her? She photocopies crossword puzzles from the library magazine. It's allowed, but I just don't like that she's reading. But no, in the trailer, Grandma has something very nice to give Miley.
This was my mom's.
That's right, and I stole it from her right before she died. It was hilarious. She was like, where is it? Back at the farm, Travis sees what Miley has done for him. Now he can finally sell his eggs. I'm not sure how Miley fabricated that large egg overnight in the dark, but that doesn't seem like a very practical door shape. There's no handle. Next up is Rockstar, literally, unironically, one of my favorite Miley Cyrus songs in the world. I'm gonna try and just let Miley sing it for you. Sometimes I walk a little faster in the school hallway just to get next to you. Sometimes I spend a little extra time in the morning just to impress you. Guess you don't notice, guess you don't need is why you're not seeing what you're missing. On the outside shying away, on the inside dying to say I'm unusual, not so typical, way too smart to be waiting around. Tai Chi practicing, snowboard champion, I can fix the flat on your car. I might even be a rock star. I might even be a rock star. I love that song. Oh my god. I'm sorry, I know I said I would let Miley sing. I just felt I could do a better job with it. I came this close to singing that song at my talent show in high school, but my sister talked me out of it. The same one who insisted I did the hoedown throwdown. Maybe that's what she was confused about it with. Anyway, leave hate comments for my sister below. Just kidding, Jillian. Travis shows up to the thing, as does Oswald, the tabloid guy, and basically Mila's on stage having a freak out. Uh-oh, Miley Hannah is having her first ever identity crisis. This is where she either regresses into baby talk or hulks out and becomes the monster from Split. After a heartfelt speech, Miley decides to finally come clean. Oh my gosh, it's that brown-haired girl who taught us all those authentic hip-hop moves. I love how at least one person in the audience loves the transformation. He said, yes, serving them public deception. And after this reveal, we get one of the best songs, I think, in the last 10 years.
I can almost see it, dream I'm dreaming,
but what, Miley?
There's a voice inside my head.
What's it saying?
I'll never reach it.
Don't listen, girl. Not only is this an iconic coming-of-age song, but it also has crossover appeal for middle school graduation ceremonies, which is great for record sales. Damn, she's clutching that wig like it's her last residual check. Can we get her hair handler to pry that away? Miley basically thinks this is the end of her since everyone saw her secret. But maybe not, says one little girl.
Please be Hannah. We'll keep your secret. We won't tell nobody.
No way at least one person in that huge crowd wouldn't be like, I do not know that 7-year-old bitch. Hello, TMZ.
Put the wig back on. You'll never have a normal life if you don't.
John Travolta's agent in the 2000s. Right as she's putting the wig back on, Oswald snaps a picture. So they chase him down and finally convince him. How? With this.
Daddy! Daddy! Daddy!
Phoebe, Clarissa, what are you doing here?
Oh, this nice lady sorted it all out. 2 free tickets. Oh my God!
What if Hannah was just like, tell your daddies the media scum? Also, shout out to Vita for low-key kidnapping these children and flying them across country without their father's knowledge. Okay, this next song remains on my running playlist to this day, and I really am gonna try my best to let Hannah sing it, because it's so good. You wake up, it's raining and it's Monday. Looks like one of those rough days. Time's up, it's late again, so get out the door, get out the door. It's a fun song. I've loved it for many years, but I never actually saw it in the context of the movie, so this is fun for me. It's like all coming together.
You can change your hair and you can change your look.
Okay, if changing clothes is an option, well, I say let's go ahead and do that, because you look like you work at a barbecue restaurant in a theme park right now. Not legendary status, sorry. Although at the last minute a 4th season of Hannah Montana was approved, this movie was meant to be the end of that storyline. So it kind of sets up that love interest for Bobby Ray, Hannah, and here Lily, but we don't see any of those characters in the final season. Just ignore it.
Say hello.
Really, the final round of close-ups and the best they could do for Vanessa Williams was look at my corn dog. Shameful. What did you guys think of Hannah Montana, the movie? Did it get your hoedown, throwdown, cooking like a hot brisket? I don't know what that means. Let me know in the comments below, but also give me this video a big thumbs up if you want to see even more DCOM original reviews like this. But most importantly, if you're new to my channel, I would love to have you click that subscribe button right down here. That way you never miss new videos from me. I upload 2 new ones every week. So turn on notifications and you'll always be the first to know when I make one back home for you. Also, I've got merch and a Patreon where you can get exclusive benefits every month and exclusive content. One of the benefits includes being able to name a plant here on set. And today, this beautiful mint plant, which is in a phase of healing, is getting named thanks to Elisa from New Zealand. She's chosen a beautiful name here. That's kakariki. It's a Maori word for the color green, which I think is perfectly fitting for this beautiful mint. Elisa, thank you so much for becoming a Screen Star patron. If you guys are interested in accessing any of those benefits, I'll put links below. You guys are all the greatest. Thank you for changing your hair and your mind and your clothes with me today. I will see you all next time.